to another episode of Bushcraft Dave. I'm in my back garden and I'm cooking again on my Trangia. Today I'm going to do a dish that is super simple. It's not got many ingredients at all. Easy stuff to take out if you're on a hike or an overnight camp somewhere. I'm making, it's basically a Shaksuka, I think it's pronounced. Chorizo, tomatoes and egg. There's a couple of other bits in there as well, but ultimately that's all it is. Chorizo sausage, so you get your protein, some eggs and some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Fantastic little dish. I'm going to get it cooked up and we'll see what we think. Alright, let's take a look at the ingredients for this one then. So in my little pot I have brought with me a couple of eggs. I've brought a little pot of leftover chili flakes from a Gusto meal box that we didn't decide to use the chilies for. And inside this beeswax wrap I've got, it's about 75-80 grams of chorizo. We've also got a bag of grated parmesan, a couple of spring onions, some olive oil for cooked frying off, and a tin of chopped tomatoes. And that's all we need for it. Tomatoes, chorizo, egg, cheese, spring onion, bit of chili flakes. It's going to be a nice, super simple dish. Let's start cooking. Now, I'm not going to use the fry pan. I am going to need the chopping board, Trangia stove, and I'm just going to use the bigger of the two pans. I'll just pop all this to one side for a minute, because the first thing I need to do is chop up some of my ingredients. My daughter's Mora knife is much sharper than mine. Into there we'll also just put, I said this is was a teaspoon of chili flakes. I'm not using all of this. I'm just going in with a pinch of chili flakes. Oh, go on, let's go crazy, let's go 2 pinches. Right, we need to get that with some oil and onto some heat. Let's set up the stove. Just using my bioethanol fuel. So we've got our chorizo, spring onion and chili flake mix. We'll put that over the heat. I'm going to put in probably about a tablespoon of oil. There'll be plenty of oil come out of the chorizo anyway. We'll get that cooking along, frying off for a couple of minutes. Frying off nicely. Don't want too much to burn in there. It looks like the onions have burnt a little, but now we go in with just a whole tin of chopped tomatoes. Give it about a minute to bring it up to a bit of a boil. Okay, now it's had time to come up to a boil. What we need to do is get the simmering on. That'll take off some of the most extreme of the heat. And then we'll see if this next bit works. So the plan is crack our eggs into this, almost trying to sort of create a bit of a space for it to fall into. Create another little well there, create some space. Okay. Now we top that with some parmesan. We're aiming for probably about 2 tablespoons of parmesan. And then, on top of that, we'll just sit our fry pan as a bit of a lid. And now I'm going to leave that for about 5 or 6 minutes to give the eggs a chance to cook and set. Coming along nicely. I reckon we've got about 1 more minute. There we go. Let's have a look, let's serve it up and see what we've got. The eggs have cracked. I'll be doing well to make it work, I think. I mean, we're basically getting eggs with tomato and chorizo. We can't go much wrong. Now, weirdly, this is a 1-person serving, but I think you could easily spread it to 2 because it is huge. Might not look super appetizing in its current state, but we haven't eaten it yet. And that's the next thing on my to-do list. Come with me, let's go and get this eaten. Right, and there we have it, our finished and made chorizo, eggs, parmesan cheese. It's piping hot. Time for me to try it. Well, it tastes exactly like I expected it to taste. I've had similar dishes to this quite a lot, these sort of Shaksuka dishes. Is it the prettiest dish? I can't even say it because it's not pretty. It isn't the prettiest dish that I've ever made, but it's hot and it's filling. I reckon I could have gone with a few more chili flakes as well. I've not yet hit any mouthfuls that are going to knock me block off. You could also add into this stuff things like you could slice up some red peppers and put it in there. You could serve it on the side with some potatoes or rice. A really versatile, tasty dish. This is going to fill me up beautifully for the rest of the day. I hope you found this a useful little idea for something to cook. Certainly when I set up this channel and I started doing stuff and I started cooking meals, definitely the idea behind me cooking meals wasn't to make up, simple little packs of stuff that you could, you just add water to and that's your chicken and bacon pasta or whatever. This is about trying to take stuff out into the outdoors and see what you can cook on it. That's whether it's in your back garden, whether it's out on a day hike, or whether you're just looking for some dishes for a weekend camp that you're doing with some friends. Hopefully you're finding these dishes a useful set of ideas of things you can do. There'll be plenty more coming, so make sure you've liked this video, subscribe so that you can see when the next one's coming out. We'll see you in the next one.